Okay, so you're going to do it. You're going to read the entire Bible from cover to cover. Awesome. Here's what you find inside. First of all, relax. Regardless of what you've heard, the Bible is not a long list of thou shalt nots. The first 5 books of the Bible, there are 66 separate books in all, but the first 5 books, from Genesis to Deuteronomy, are God's story from creation through his relationship with a man named Abraham, Abraham's family, and how Abraham's family escaped from slavery in Egypt. You've probably heard of Moses, the 10 Commandments guy, and about Joseph, the Technicolor Dreamcoat kid. You read their stories in those first 5 books. And just as a heads up, parts of Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy can be difficult to read. They have super detailed instructions for worship and for the construction of the tabernacle or the worship tent. The goal was to make worship on earth look like heaven. Again, very detailed instructions because they had to get it right. You'll find words you've never heard before, like cubits and shekels and omers. Oh my! It helps to use a study Bible with charts and artwork that will help you with visualization as you move through these books. Let me know in the comments if I should do a video about how to choose a study Bible. Remember Abraham? Well, his little family grew into a whole country. The books of Joshua through Esther are the story of the rise, the fragmentation, the fall, and the comeback of Israel. David and Goliath, Joshua in the Battle of Jericho, King Solomon was slicing the baby in half. That's where you find those stories. The most beautiful writing in the Bible is found from the book of Job through the Song of Songs. These are the poetry and wisdom books. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. This is from the 23rd Psalm. Psalms were actually songs, 150 songs that reflect what the authors were going through at the time that they wrote them. Joy, sorrow, thankfulness, anger, they're all there. The psalm writers were very honest. They talked to God about what they were feeling, what they were going through, and God was okay with it. They could tell him anything, and you can too. Isaiah to Malachi are the prophets. God gave the prophets messages for his people. Some of the prophecies were future events, some were warnings for bad behavior, sometimes both. Some of those prophecies foretold the coming of Jesus. Those are fun to read. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are the Gospels, the story of Jesus' ministry on earth. It's Jesus' story told from 4 different perspectives. John's Gospel begins like one of the poetry books and tells us who Jesus really is. It's geared toward people who don't know Jesus yet. New Christians are often told to start their Bible reading with the book of John. I like to include the book of Acts with the Gospels as well. Acts is what happened after Jesus ascended into heaven and features many of the same people that we met in the Gospels. I like to think of Acts as sort of the sequel to the Gospels. Early churches were sometimes synagogues, but mostly people's private homes. The books of Romans through Philemon and James through Jude are letters that early church leaders wrote to these local churches. These letters are the original instruction manuals on how to be a Christ follower. Most of the letters are named after the city of the church that it was sent to. A few are named after specific recipients or their authors. The book of Hebrews is a little different. It's not written to a specific city, and the identity of the author is not clear. The Bible ends with the big blowout known as Revelation. Revelation starts like the other letters by acknowledging local churches, but it moves on to remind Christians to remain faithful. It's easy to get sidetracked by the vivid language of the Revelation, but the bottom line is that God has sealed his people and he protects them from spiritual harm. Satan and those who serve him will be defeated, and those who belong to the Lord will spend eternity with God. So those are the 66 books in the Bible. Click the link down below to find out how those 66 books came together to become the Bible. And let me know in the comments about what topics you'd like to hear me talk about. Thanks for watching Jesus Stories. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.